What's up, everybody? This is Colin Dijs from Deberu. Welcome to the Affiliate Hustle. We're back with our affiliate podcast coming to you every Friday coming forward with our special guest, Tom Bell, who will sit with us every week going forward. Tom, please take a minute, introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, first of all. I'm a seven-figure super affiliate. I've been doing this a while now and really looking forward to helping you guys out and hopefully giving some good value today.
Talk some shit. Yeah, that too. So we are we were focused on the Facebook game, the problems, the things. You have some pretty good insights. And then obviously the big native opportunity, which was present and just has come up more and more while the Facebook restrictions have increased, right? Big note though, that we are on a level which would be, I would say for affiliates beyond 10, 20, 50 grand per month in revenue, which is to take into consideration while you listen to this podcast. If you're not on that level, it's okay. You can still get a lot of value. Just take it into consideration. The Facebook problems. What is the biggest problem you think right now with Facebook, which makes the tracking impossible?
Yeah, well, obviously things are very difficult with the iOS update. And to be honest, like the banning side of things and losing accounts, it's still a really big issue. So for me, I'm running a few little campaigns just steadily on there, but I've restricted a lot of my budget and I've moved that over to the native game, where I don't have to deal with a lot of these shutdowns. And well, to be honest, it's kind of a breath of fresh air in honesty.
I can imagine. Because at a stage where obviously you were running for months without any problems, and then on scale, problems just, I think, accumulated quite quickly. How did that make you feel for seeing the results you dreamt about for so long to basically getting it destroyed in a matter of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I was running some pretty good, I mean, certainly not there's some affiliates doing like way big numbers than me, but I was running sort of 5 or 6 grand a day consistently, from sort of that November period through to the beginning of the year. And it was great. I was running at 100% ROI in one of my accounts. Another account was 50% ROI, which is still very good. Like then things started going not wrong, but it got difficult. And I was constantly just chasing ad accounts. Things were getting shut down. Just glitches in the system. I'd launch new ad sets and they'd all get disapproved for no reason. I'd duplicate my ad sets and then I get a shutdown for no reason at all. And I'd always get the account back, but it was just it was just a process that was very, very, very difficult. And like I said, I'm still running a few things now, but I'm moving my spend over to more kind of sustainable traffic sources as well.
Traffic sources, wow, more reliable. Longevity, we spoke about it many times in our other videos.
Yeah, that's what business is all about,
It's crazy because it's been a while now, 3 years ago already, around this time when I got started, the Facebook game, obviously, we killed it with the sweepstakes, which is something which is literally impossible to get approved right now. Well, you might get it approved, but the ban will happen within 1 hour. At that time, the floor was already going up on compliance. I just look at the things, 5 years ago, if you run Facebook, you would make, on our level, right, 10 million a quarter, basically, right, in revenue, because there's no rules. Now, the maturity stage has definitely come where either the platform falls apart for advertisers, which is kind of happening right now. So many people leaving Facebook. I know I consulted on YouTube ads for a little bit, which is like huge for e-commerce right now. It's basically the biggest opportunity for them. And obviously the affiliates want to go somewhere. Old sources like native and display all of a sudden are back. The traffic sources are improving the quality because they know, Facebook CPM is high. So these advertisers are used to a high CPM, where display has like a relatively low CPM because there's a lot of garbage traffic. It's like native. So take native, for example, you have the bot traffic, which generally on Facebook you don't have. So now they increase the quality, which allows them to increase the price, of course, a little bit, but it's still cheaper than Facebook, and you can promote anything.
Yeah, that is literally a breath of fresh air.
So what
No
would be
rules.
your favorite thing right now to push on native?
I'm doing similar things to what I was doing on Facebook, in honesty.
Okay.
So I wasn't doing a huge amount
Still
of
the white hat stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of these ClickBank offers are a little bit questionable, but yes, as white hat as you can be with ClickBank, absolutely. But just regarding what you said about the CPM, sure, they're higher, but I was finding they were very variable as well. So, day one would be a certain CPM, and then the next day it would fluctuate really wildly. And I was having obviously I'm in pounds here in the UK. Some days I'd log into my account, I was like £200 CPM. It was just unbelievable. And the costs were so they fluctuated so wildly. Sometimes it was just very, very difficult to get any kind of
at the last stage. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
like I said, I'm just keeping my hand in just to see if things improve. But the bulk of my spend's moving to other traffic sources that I feel are a bit more sustainable.
How would you say that percentage-wise?
In terms of spend moved, I'd probably
allocating spend.
Yeah, probably about 70% at the moment.
Why? And you got some big boy spend, even though you say you are a small spender.
Well,
that's not small spend.
That's I've been up to like 10k days, at my best, and I mean I'm quite modest about it because I'm aware that there are other people obviously doing bigger numbers, but I mean in terms of like life-changing money for someone kind of getting started. I mean I remember when I mean. It's funny, I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I almost felt happier when I was doing like those first $100 days, because that is like the point where it becomes, from like a hobby to kind of life-changing money. And, that's more than, possible for someone starting off, obviously. So you kind of forget how much money, that is. Like, if I see like $1,000 a day in my ClickBank account now, I'm kind of thinking, what went wrong?
Right.
But really, it's important to put things in perspective and, kind of maintain that perspective as you, continue to progress.
You move forward. Right.
Absolutely.
And I really think, tying in on that, definitely, if I have, let's say, 300K, 500K a quarter, I don't cry a little, but I feel butthurt, It's when you build an agency, you expect agency results, and obviously the affiliate journey, like media buying. For us, and I would say for yourself as well, on that level, it's no longer like affiliate. You can just call it performance marketing. In general, whatever you want to run, which makes money, you run. Right? We're not going to do drop shipping or anything like that. It's still like a CPA game, but you're not that too dependent on like the classic affiliate products. And I really think for someone like you, which is like on the you made it so far, and now you're like at the top of the world, which is like the beginner's world.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, not quite.
as soon as you will move, well, we will introduce it later, but as soon as you move away from like the ClickBank stuff, and then my favorite, move to the crypto, it's like 30, 50K a day kind of things in the beginning. And then all of a sudden you need to make like deals with the bank and all kind of stuff because there's too much money coming in. Right. And all of a sudden you're watching exchange rates because now you're paying like $1,000 a day just on the foreign exchange fee. So you have like a foreign exchange middleman, and they're crazy. Yeah. They all like coked up on the phone like all the time. But that's like a completely different world. When we look at the Facebook kind of things, I think we should be appreciative. The traffic sources develop. The market develops, and I always say, like, we all look at the negative, but I look at the positive. It's killing 60% of the affiliate businesses out there, so less competition for us.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like with COVID. That's a obviously it's terrible what's going on, but from like an entrepreneurship or business point of view, it's a really good discussion point. I mean, I managed to sort of take my business up to the next level during COVID because that naturally presented opportunities. And, whenever there's big crisis, there's more opportunity as well. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. So regardless of, the difficulties still possible to make money on Facebook, regardless of the difficulties that are going on, naturally opportunities will present themselves, And
you just got to seize them. What would you say are the 3 things you need, or at least some points to take into consideration when you move from Facebook to native? Let's start with ad spend.
Yeah, I mean, there is a higher barrier of entry, to be completely transparent, and if you want to run, on the top tier placements, you need to spend sort of $250 a day, in order for, the ad exchange to, if we're talking volume DSP, obviously, in order for them to slowly allocate your budget throughout the day. So, I don't want to do the maths on what exactly the sort of annual amount that would be, but there is a high. You need the cash flow in order to make it work.
It would be about 10 grand a month. Yeah.
Pardon?
It's about 10 grand a month. Quick
yeah,
math, like 7 to 10.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, you're going to be making that back in sales. So, but it's important to have a set amount for your cash flow that you're prepared not to see.
Start from a base, you mean? Yeah. Base of cash. Yeah. Okay. So we internally and all the students together have been working with MGID lately.
Oh, right.
So with a direct media buy, in case you didn't know yet. But we made a deal with them to basically get up like tier 3 countries, tier 2, create the opportunity there. But I've quickly realized that the way we teach and the way we run campaigns, it's all tier 1 focused because of the money.
Right.
So it's like, I get the question a lot. That's why I ask you what you think. I will tell people what I think. I think it's like $100 a day in tier 3, 200 to 50 in tier 2, and then 500 to 1K a day in tier 1. Because, it's great to start in tier 2. I have 2 guys in the last quarter during like the highest season of COVID who quit their job and are full-time profitable on native.
Right.
But it's only, 5K per month profit. We only say only 5K per month profit, but for them it's life-changing amount.
Yeah.
Right? Because
and you got to be careful, like the way you use your language around that as well. Because I do it all the time. And it sounds really bad, like you don't appreciate the money, but it's not like that. It's just when you build up like a certain level, and for us, obviously, as entrepreneurs, it's not really about the money anymore. It's more about the progression. And, if you're not continuing to progress, it doesn't feel great. So, for me to have all that success on Facebook and then suddenly things getting a little bit more difficult, it's even if it's just for a month, it doesn't feel great at all.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think like it's what I tend to say around money and what often is recommended by more of the high level coaches, the money doesn't change you. It just shows who you are. The flashy cars, the Rolexes. I don't have it. You don't have it. My mentor doesn't have it. Who is not an affiliate mentor for people? All the people asking, it's a software mentor. My connections, who are all above 10 million a quarter in ad spend with affiliate. One of them has a Bentley. All the other ones, they live in Bentley. Like penthouses. Yeah.
Which
Bentley? Continental 2020.
Continental GT.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my dream cars, I think.
Yeah. It's expensive. It's like 460,000 euros. So
depending on which spec you get. It's all the add-ons.
But it looks cool, but I wouldn't pay it because it's just not for me. I'm the kind of guy. Money is cool. The growth. Ooh, that's very sunny. The growth is very important, like you say. But I would say money. We built the software, of course. Now we're up to like 15 employees on the software alone, which is great. But I'm the kind of guy. When somebody says, "Oh, you want like a juice, like the innocent juice." I'm like, yeah, why don't we just get like freshly squeezed, like orange juice, but from the grocery store brand, like it's freshly squeezed, but I'm not going to buy the fucking $8 because it's like innocence or whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called, but the freshly squeezed is good. So we can buy premium because we have money, but I'm not going to buy ridiculous stuff.
It's the principle of it, isn't it? I understand what you're saying. It's funny. I was having this conversation with, actually, I know I was having it with you the other day, but in England we have the co-op, and here's the point to this conversation. And I sometimes I'll buy like a chocolate orange or something like that. And I went in one day. Normally they're £1. I went in one day and it was like £3.50, and it was like, okay, right, well I've got the money, but I don't want to pay £3.50 for a chocolate orange, you know?
Right.
It's just,
I like it,
I
but I
didn't
don't
buy
like
it,
it that much.
I know it's a terrible story, but it's just that, you know, it's the principle of it, isn't it? Sometimes it's nice to like treat yourself, but
Definitely.
I think that there becomes a point where, as well, no matter how much money you have, it doesn't change how you live your life. And you know, if you're able to keep your expenses down here, but your income here, you know, with a lot of people, if they're earning £10,000-15,000, let's say, profit a month, you know, a lot of the times I find their expenses are here. And they've got very little, you know, they've got very little margin for error. You know, the kids are in a private school.
I reckon
they
you
drive
should go
Mercedes
like
Benz, you know, yeah.
Like the budget here. Let me just see so everybody can see. Budget here, cash flow here, and when this goes up, it should go up, but not like
exactly.
like linear, like move together. It's like, but if the foundation is passion, and the foundation is entrepreneurship, it's already such a different conversation than if the what happens is if the foundation is greed, or at least money as terms of freedom. It doesn't have to be greed, but then you get like scammers. Basically, that's the result, because it requires hard work. And if the hard work is not there, you know. One thing I did want to mention was about the luxury thing, because I like the luxury thing. So I'm not too keen on expensive things. I buy all my, like, these dress shirts are no brand. Like you can see, they are from a brand, but there's no like Gucci or whatever installed on it. And every year at the same time, just before fall, end of summer, they are on sale. They're never on sale because it's like the base set. But these are 120 euros, and then they're like 120 for two. And then I buy 20 of them because I wear this color every day with. It's just not because of like Zuckerberg, he wears the same shirt. I just like this white shirt with a black suit, which I wear every day. So it's like the color combination. But when I go, for example, to the affiliate conferences and I go out to eat with partners, I like to try things. So I will say like, oh, we'll have one lobster, two of the Wagyu, what's it called? A5 steak, like one of the most expensive steaks in the world. It's fucking $300 for a steak, but it's on the company money, so it's okay because price-wise, it's like 50% discount because of the tax and everything. I would want that experience, but I don't feel like the experience would be worth it to me if I had to pay with my private money. So I paid with the company money, and it's like win for the clients, win for my team, and win for myself. So there's so many pros to that let's do it. And the same thing, if you my coach told me, build the team and the team builds the business, right? When you that's like building like $100 million business that way. And I feel like same way with partners, you know. I treat you well, you treat me well, so we're getting along, right? Same with traffic sources. MGID is very helpful to me with my own campaigns, with my students. I'm very helpful to them, sending them affiliates, and it just naturally flourishes. And I feel like that is something where Facebook just, there's nothing for a support or nothing.
That really bugged me a lot. I'd use a stronger word there, but obviously I'm British after all, Colin, you know, not allowed to swear. But yeah, I obviously had multiple accounts, you know, I still have them, not running huge volume on them, but there was no support in not one of them. And considering like these accounts had like 6-figure spend, it's just unbelievable. You know, not even, I tell you what, the funniest thing about that is the account I did get banned has chat support in it still. Even though I'm banned from Facebook on that account, I can't run any ads. I can still access the chat. That makes no sense. I don't even get the decency of an email in my other accounts. I've got no one to contact. You know, it just blows my mind.
It just amazes me. And with like, I talk a lot of shit about compliance and Google, but we spend, I think, less than 6 figures, over 5 figures a month on YouTube ads. But we have 2 reps, not 1, but 2. So this one girl, she works only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the other guy, he works the entire week. So I just asked her, like, hey, if you're not available, can I email somebody? No, here you have his phone number. You can reach out to my colleague who takes over my clients. And I'm like, well, that's loyal. I didn't expect much from it, but she sends me like campaign reports at the end of the month for optimization. And I don't do my own YouTube ads media buying. We have a consultant because it's just a time effort. So I sent him the report, and he says, well, it's actually incredibly helpful. He asked me to talk to my rep to get his clients also reps. And that's basically who you know creates the opportunity for this business. And when you talk about SSPs, DSPs, active revenue, volume DSP, ad cash, I think the intent, what they see is that when you join such a platform as a beginner, so we would classify that as less than 10,000 a month in ad spend, they're still helpful. If you go to an affiliate network with less than $10,000 a month in revenue, they treat you like a dick. Because you're not worth anything to them, and they have so much cash flow that, but the DSP also has so much cash flow, but they just understand the future of the relationship building. Right. And most of these affiliates, they want to be anonymous. They cloak, they do black hat stuff. So if I did black hat stuff, I want to be anonymous too, because it's illegal, right? Yeah. But let's say you do the white hat stuff. They need to treat affiliates like businesses and not like puppets.
Definitely. It's just, it's just human decency as well. I was having this chat with someone the other day. I mean, as affiliates, because as performance marketers, we're so used to seeing numbers on the screen and sales, we don't have to necessarily interact with those, well, we don't at all with those people we're selling to. So I think it's natural, people that, as soon as they come face to face with someone, it's maybe a little bit more uncomfortable. But it's so important, in not just in the affiliate game, but just business generally. You're running a business, and you need to treat people with respect, and that all comes back in the cycle. You show it and you give it and you get it in return.
Yeah, that just amazes me where well, not only from affiliate managers, but I also say from the students, from what I see, the lack of communicative skills. It's something which is maybe the modern society, but the schools, right? So they don't teach you how to fill out a tax form. They don't teach you how to convince somebody from your point of view without shouting. They don't teach you how to sell something, for example, very basic skills. But the people who do know, or the strong characters, right? The extroverts, they're quite dominant in the industry in terms of selling, in terms of teaching, in terms of doing, because their nature is doing. And the introverts, I'm not saying they don't have a place, yes, but they are actually more enticed to code, music, things you can do on your own. Yeah. In that way. And when it comes to affiliate marketing, it's perfect. All you have to do is shut the fuck up all day and just do the ad thing. Yeah. Until an affiliate manager wants to talk. And then they collapse, which is the easiest part. I had one guy from the UK. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's one of my favorite guys right now. He's doing push inside our platform. He's posting a follow along and stuff. And he mentioned he's running sweepstakes on push. Okay. So very suitable for beginners, of course. Very low barrier of entry. And he said, well, my affiliate manager wants to increase my payout. Because I asked him, he says, oh, it's profitable, but not that much. I'm like, how much more you need? Well, 20% would be good. I'm like, well, the payout is 80 cents. Okay. And just ask if it can be $1, for this specific geo. And the affiliate manager said, yes, sure, if you send me 100 leads a day. This guy is sending 10 leads a day. 10 to 100? Obviously not possible. Yes? No. But it's like a business relationship. If the affiliate manager knows you're a beginner, knows you're sending 10 leads a day, he knows it's unrealistic to 100 leads a day. So instead of saying no, he gives you an unrealistic goal. Right. So I told him, just say, sure, fuck it. In the meantime, you get 20% bump until he realizes that you cannot achieve it and he lowers it, or he forgets and he doesn't. And that's basically how you would treat people. You give and you take. Is the person good to you? Then you're good to them. If the person wants to play a game, then let's play. But a lot of introverts don't want to play,
Which one would you say you were, introvert or extrovert?
That's the thing. I am very extrovert in everything, but because I am on the office 12 hours a day. Right. So as soon as I close off the business cycle, I don't want people talking around me. I don't want that shit because it's just loading time. Basically, I want to do what I want to do. Like I play every evening. I play 1.5 hours of video games. Yes, yeah. Every evening, you know, and it's just my special time because I sleep minimum of 8 hours. Okay. Or if you work 12 hours, I need to go to work. I need to get back to work. That's like the commuting time. I need to eat. All I really have left is 2 hours. So I have an hour and a half of playing games, and out of the entire day, my calendar, half an hour which I don't do anything, which is quite crazy. But obviously, if you do crazy effort, you get crazy results. At a party, if I'm alone, I start talking to people. I just say, "Hey, I like your shoes," and it starts a conversation. It just comes natural. I just always have something to say about everything. I'm not afraid to express my opinion, but also I feel like extroverts have basic leadership intent, but they also have basic ego, narcissistic traits. It comes with it's not always positive. It's also, there are negative aspects. But if I could choose extrovert or introvert, I just noticed that all the extroverts I have in my team, they overrule introverts. And that's not what you want. You want a leader to pull and not to push, basically. So if you say like, do this, do that, do this, do that, what you get is robots, right? They just wait for your call and they do it. And what you want is what we call thought leaders. So you want to give them a statement like, hey, did you ever think about optimizing that structure? And then you give them the call to look at what they're doing and think about the optimization. And then great ideas will come. But an extrovert, you just tell them, I don't think you did that very well. It just hurts for them.
Right.
They want to perform. They want to perform and go, go, go. It's just all energetic, chaotic, and everything. And I feel like as a media buyer, you better be an introvert than extrovert. But if you want to build a big business, either become like CFO, but you probably want to hire like operations director or a managing director, because I know the CEO level is split, basically. CEOs, which do like a COO presence, so this is like 50 to 150 employees. The extroverts, they are very hands-on, but they also very good analytical, usually, leadership. But when you're like introvert, what they do is they like to close off, right? And if you need to lead a team, that's not possible. So what you do, you take an extrovert managing director and you just put him below you, and then it's perfect. So you can go either way in business. There's not a right or wrong. But I definitely respect both traits, and we have in my company both of many, but we definitely have less extroverts because they clash a lot.
Is that something you screen for, Colin, when you take on new staff?
Yes, we. I did this. Well, not this Wednesday, but last week when we hired a new employee. It was the second lady who joined our company, which is always, different gender is different communication. But we ask for a personality test, which we cannot require by law. So it's optional because of the anti-discrimination regulations in our country. But she did it, and it just showed that there's like 3 perfect personalities for the job she applied for. And it just matched so well. And what we say is we don't take it against you if you do it, but we do, it's a perk if you do fit, of course. There were no other applicants, and she was invited for the position by myself, so she didn't apply. I asked her to apply. But what you don't want is, for example, if I have an executive assistant, which is as aggressive in the way I talk and the way I behave around the office as me, we're gonna have a fight. And sometimes that's good, but there should be a mutual respect level.
Yeah.
And I have an introvert who is from a very different, assistant, who's from a very different culture. So he's not from Europe. I have one which is in Eastern Europe, one of my managers who is my main go-to person, and one from Bangladesh.
Right.
Very submissive to authority kind of cultures, right? For us, it works extremely well. Doesn't mean they're introverts, but they are, they respect the authority, and I respect them for respecting the authority. So it's like a perfect cycle. And we have had people before from the States who are a lot more open, right? And if you bring suggestions, that's amazing, right? Because that's what we want. You hire people to enlarge your business and to have them think what you cannot think of. They have more skill than you, but they should not think that to walk outside their position. Somebody in marketing should not advise UX design on user experience, because that's not what they're being asked. They're being asked to do the marketing.
Sure.
And I feel like if you mix the cultures wrong, so we have one employee in the US, one in Canada, Bangladesh, a lot of in Ukraine, a lot of in Netherlands, and 2 more positions in Europe. So we're basically spread to cover all the time zones for support, for sales, all these things. But if you do match the wrong cultures, for example, match, I'm going to say something crazy, yeah? What we think is crazy, but other cultures think not. Let's say you hire a gay person, which is normal in the Netherlands, and you match them with somebody from Morocco or maybe Egypt. It's not going to work well. Maybe they respect it, and maybe they don't. It's not up to me. I'm not from that country, but I can imagine as a leader, that's a bad decision. That's a bad move. Usually, if you want a VA and you have an American media buyer, you do a Filipino VA.
Right.
And not a Russian VA. Because that just doesn't work well with all the background, the news. You guys have a chit chat about everything. You just say, did you hear Biden threatened Putin to invade Russia? There's tension. Right. There's always, you can laugh about it, but when the call goes off, they're not laughing. So that's way off topic. Let's bring it back to media buying. But I think those are things that people should think about. We're focused on building an affiliate business. Yes. If you want to do it on your own, that's amazing. Yes, because basically you can create freedom, but it will not create wealth. Basically, it will create money, and the money creates freedom. But if you want to create wealth, or let's say generational wealth, you would have to build people to build that company with you. You can still be the leader of the squad, but then you run into all kinds of different nightmare problems. Nothing is more difficult than people, basically. But if you look at communication of an affiliate marketer, you can give an example. You talk with many affiliate managers. I think you had a chat with ClickBank about the API of Facebook.
Correct. Yeah.
How is that? I think ClickBank is like a respected company, and they respect you as an affiliate. They want your insights.
Definitely. Well, obviously, just winning the Platinum Award recently, I get like an allocate member of staff now to kind of work with me, whenever I need them, on it's on my campaigns or, tracking solutions, which is awesome. And again, just sort of drawing this back to like a previous conversation, obviously, it's a business now, and it works both ways. I send them sales, obviously, and they help me do that. So, there's always like a mutual respect there for sure. But it's nice, it is nice having access to those kind of people now.
Definitely, those are perks. What other perks have you experienced once you gain more commissions? Because I think that is something that affiliates who want to take it to the next level really should focus on.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well. I'll just touch upon this first. When you start off, you're not going to get 100% of your commissions paid out to you weekly. They do withhold some of the money just to cover themselves with refunds, obviously, and chargebacks, which is fair enough. But a lot of people don't know that, and then they might limit the cash flow if they're on limited funds to begin with. But obviously, like when you are sending bigger volume, there's better payout terms, which really helps cash flow situation. And then I think actually they might be doing some kind of CPA thing moving forward. Did you receive that email?
I receive a lot of emails from networks, but to be fair, the situation I'm in right now with scaling the business, I don't really read the latest news.
Right. Yeah. So there might be some interesting news on that front moving forward. So I'll keep you updated with that. It's quite exciting for affiliates,
I did hear something through the grapevine about some other things as well with ClickBank and sub conversion API. If you have heard of it. We spoke about it a little before, a couple of weeks ago, and now I got the date. There are new opportunities coming for all affiliates, which I cannot tell you exactly what it is, but it has to do with Facebook. So that's good. The thing is, where there's a big problem, there will always be a quick solution if it's about money.
Of course. Yeah.
That's just how the
Lots of
world
boost,
works.
that's for sure.
Yeah. How would you say media buying wise? I think that's a very relevant question. How, because Facebook is very much optimized on the pixel and they do a lot of work for the media buyer. What would you prefer? Native, which is all manual and you have a lot of control,
right?
And Facebook, which is a lot of automated, but you have very limited control.
Yeah, that's such a good question. Obviously there's merits to both. I almost think the issues with the account bans, that almost sort of overshadows the, all the auto kind of functions that Facebook can do, and the auto optimization for the pixels. So a lot of us just getting tired of shutdowns, and actually going on native, even though you have to do a lot of the optimization process yourself. You're just buying actual data. You're not relying on an algorithm, which can fluctuate. So Facebook's easier, native's harder. Native's less stressful. But the money is quicker in Facebook. Obviously native, you need to spend time buying meaningful data and then optimizing that data. Sure, you have to do that with Facebook, but it less so. And it's instant money almost, and it's almost guaranteed. When the pixel's really tapped in, it's like clockwork. So
what did you say? It is almost what?
Like clockwork, did I say? For Facebook.
And before that, you said it's almost
guaranteed.
Perfect. I want to take that word and ask you something, which I don't mind that it's included in the podcast. I want to know what kind of good idea it is. So we are changing the Deborah Suite model. It will no longer be called Deborah Suite. It will now be called Deborah, as is. It will have a different site, different pricing, and everything like that. But that's not the thing. We are actually offering a guarantee. So, which is quite risky,
that is,
but quite fun.
For the internet marketing space, that is a big claim.
Yeah,
you got to deliver now.
Yeah, it's a quite strong guarantee. What do you think in terms of, it's like a happiness-based guarantee, so users can say whatever they want, and if they're not happy, you get your money back. Because we remove the courses and we remove the coaching; those are not included in the happiness base. It's all about the software and the stack. You are a member of that software stack and you utilize it for your affiliate campaigns. I don't want to promote my product, yes, because I promote it enough.
Okay.
But what would we, I have this podcast was I think about my team and blah, blah, blah. But the product itself is great. But what would you say are the essential tools when buying traffic on native?
Obviously, you've got to, get a good traffic source to start with, and so you're comfortable running, depending on your ability level. But obviously, I think a lot of people, even good affiliates, they really struggle with the technical side. Because we don't code like most of us. We're not designers. But actually, just being able to build the landing page quickly. I sound like I'm promoting your product now.
Yeah, it does, but I know how many
but that's
how many templates you create, so it's okay.
But that's what I do like about the Deborah platform. It's all in one place. You provide the landers, the structure, and we can go in and we can edit the specifics on that landing page. But all of the technical aspects, it's all pre-done. We can simply just upload it to the Amazon server directly from the platform. And there's a big range of landers that we can split test. Obviously.
Have you ever used any other hosting? Random question.
This was back in the day when I was doing pay-per-view. And I just upload a HTML file to my server myself. But
okay. But it's not
that was a long time ago.
Because we were looking at Cloudflare, DigitalOcean integrations, and I don't know if it's worth looking into. But I have another cool one, which is that cash flow manager thingy, which basically spits out the projections. Okay, what about this? What about we take your tracker data of your campaign and it's linked to a calculation on cash flow you made before. Yes, so you, for example, say on Monday, I will start a campaign and this is the cash flow and the result and the ROI I want. And then it will sketch along the day. So let's say 2 months. Then as soon as the campaign starts running, it matches the data and you can adjust the cash flow reasoning and it will record a diary in programmatic, basically.
I think people could find that certainly very useful.
Because
I
I
mean,
know
like,
you have all your Google Sheets, and those would be like
yeah,
redundant
I
at
mean,
that
I'm
point.
not really sort of limited on like the cash like you on, but on the cash flow side of things. But I think like for sort of like beginning affiliates, that would be invaluable. You know, who are working on a specific budget. I think that could work really well.
You said, because I think I got good AS. You said I'm not limited on the cash flow.
The
Yes?
cash flow.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, that's a good thing because that means you're not getting the full potential out of your business. Yeah. So if you would,
Oh no,
let's
I
say,
agree
if you,
completely.
if you would swing on the crypto, well, probably not, but well, maybe Nutra. Yeah, swing on the Nutra with native, and you would get that to work. That's I don't know about your cash flow, but you probably could not stretch 50K a day on a monthly payout. There would be 1.5
No,
million in
probably
holding.
not. Probably not quite 50K a day, but then I'll be one of the best affiliates in the entire world. But
Okay, then you can
yeah,
use my tool.
yeah,
No, but the thing which I'm really focused on, which is not right now, right? So people don't make it a witch hunt. I'm really looking at that integration capacity, you know, tracker, landing page builder, diary of logs, basically, because if you have media buyers as well, and then create that like a power feature. I'm a little obsessed with it, but the synergy I think is very important. Something where I'm using like service-based tools for like chat support and all that shit, and it's all I have like 8 tabs open, from accounting to support to ads to marketing to CRM. It's mad headache, and then pushing it into one, yeah. But now the synergy, of course. Coming back to the native part of things, yes. How important do you think it is to? Well, let me rephrase it. What kind of cash flow do you think is required to pursue the native game?
Good question. I'd probably say monthly. You know, you might be looking at sort of, but you have to. When I say this, you have to keep in mind. Obviously, be making money back on sales. You know, that you can reinvest.
Yeah.
I think probably you're looking at 5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. Even perhaps a little lower if you want to go the tier 3 route.
Yeah.
It's all in the learning, basically. If you come from push, you have a lot of experience already with the same style of media buying.
Yeah,
but
so we'll probably be looking at 3 to 5 maybe in terms of money. Yeah, I'd probably say. You have to take into account. Yeah, you have to take into account like your volume subscription. You know, if you've got a landing page builder, those setup costs as well.
Yeah.
On top of the cash flow.
Right. All the tools you would need. Hey, we need some hosting, all these things. Yeah. I would say you should keep the cost. If you even got that kind of cash flow, the rule of thumb you would probably want to use is tools do not exceed 10% of your cash flow until it's more until your cash flow is more than $5,000 per month. Yeah. I think that's a good rule of thumb to match, because if you 10% of your holdings are already spent on tools, some tools are a necessity, you know, like tracker, like we have the landing page builder, unless you know how to code. But for example, the cash flow manager I mentioned, it's not needed. You can do it in Excel. It just takes time. Yeah. And there you come back to the affiliate marketing principle. If you don't have money, spend time. And if you don't have time, spend money. And usually these work together quite well, because I spend a lot of money on automation tools because I don't have time, but I have money. And on the other side, I see a lot of beginners who are, you know, how do we call it? Are enticed by that to do the same, but they're not there, you know, on that level to do so. And then you buy spy tools and shit, which will be the topic of next week probably, because I got a whole rant ready about fucking spy tools. I'm so done with these tools not offering. They're crazy expensive.
Yeah, they are. Are we getting onto that now?
Well, maybe a little, but the thing is, my summary would be, yes, they are extremely helpful if you are spending beyond 10K and you know not to get distracted and get just the inspiration and leave it, not to rip and run shit. It's not like a data mine of affiliate campaigns.
Yeah, I think for beginners though, you know, if you haven't seen like a native ad before, it's a really valuable tool, because, you know, I think 99% of people that start, they'll probably go on Google and just take stock kind of images. And obviously, as we know, they just don't really convert well. You know, you've got to set yourself apart from those big brands that are advertising using those kind of images. But Yeah, I think it's a good research tool. I think it's a good educational tool, but then it's the responsibility of like the affiliate to go away and think creatively
Definitely.
about how they can apply what they're
Yeah.
seeing. And that
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
happen a
exactly.
lot. You know, people
That's my
they just
main
rip and run,
argument.
don't
Yeah, that's my main argument. So the thing we all know is, especially I have all the spy tools.
they? Yeah.
So I cannot say don't buy the spy tools. I have all of them literally on
Sure.
subscription. The thing is, I go in. You already know that the top affiliates, like you, probably myself, always landing page protection script. Yes. So direct access is not allowed to my lenders. So you will not see my lender ever in the spy tool. It happened once when I was running Facebook ads with the sweepstakes, and my top dollar campaign showed in a spy tool, in the Facebook ad spy tool. I contacted the owner of the spy tool and they took it down, my ad.
Right. Well, that's good.
He said it's not a big deal, I'll remove it. But since then, I've always used landing page protection script. As a beginner, don't use it because it takes a lot of time to set up. And every time it's unique for every lender. So you'll spend about 5 minutes for your lender. And if you're a beginner, probably 25 minutes on applying this script. However, so you know the top tier is not there. The top 20% is not there. And you know the bottom 20% is there in large quantities. Yes. So first, you need to apply a filter.
Right.
Look for what you have to look for. And they don't because there's not enough experience. However, apply the filters and ask their support. These companies literally have so many people on staff. You might have to wait half an hour. You just tell them, I'm looking for this offer, this kind of things. Can you point me in the right direction? And you get 10 links with 10. But they have a database of millions of ads.
Sure.
Right? So if you cannot find the 10 you're looking for, it makes sense. Just ask them and you get the links. So extremely powerful tool, but I think relatively expensive. Because if we're talking about 10% of cash flow, under 5K, the spy tool doesn't fit in, it's too expensive.
Right. It's good. There's a lot of free trials that are often going there to start with.
Yeah, but
well, I'm just thinking for thinking for like a complete beginner, you know, that's looking to gain a bit of experience and you know, something they can draw upon. I think there's definitely some opportunities there.
I think with something I should probably not say, but for the people watching this, very useful. One of the best strategies is, for example, buying a $50 Facebook ad spy tool, which is out there. Fisto. And then applying those strategies, because there are cloaked ads, right? They're black hat.
Right.
Applying those neutral strategies are native. There you go. Don't have to spend $120 on a native ad spy tool.
I think that's a good point. Do you know what? I've actually taken inspiration from what I've seen in like the native spy tools and applied that in Facebook, but just taking like the aggressive angle down a bit, obviously to make it compliant, but
a lot.
a lot. But you can build up. That's what I used to do when I first started. You know, just build up a feel. That's what it's about, because you know you're going to have to go in, you know, the search engines and you know you're going to have to find images for your ads, and it's just building up. It's just building up that filter of what's suitable. And you know, like if you're searching for ads, Colin, you just go on feel, don't you? You know, you're not thinking. When you're searching for ads, you go on feel.
On field, I thought you said on the field, and I'm like, well, no, but
where's the field?
On look and feel, definitely.
What
I always do, they always have this top bar or this sidebar with all these demo, the geo, demographics, geo. I always play around with these filters, and usually what I always do is like on ClickBank, they call it gravity. On the tool, it's like last seen or amount of time seen, that filter. Usually, I make the assumption more ads that have been seen already are probably good ads. So that's one. I watch the top 10%. You get a lot of big brands in there as well. And then I watch all the creatives as of today. So all the fresh ones with like one impression only, which I think is a lot of trash to go through. But that would be like a perfect job for a VA. So you just tell them, you remember that native video I made? I think I sent it to you. I did it for the last mastermind, which was like last year, October, like the 5 things about a good image.
Yeah, and angles and applying those.
It's like the curiosity, it should be clear, the circle, the border, like these styles. The 5 points. If you show that video to a VA, it's clear what they need to look for in terms of images, and then they give you 50. That's what I do. This is the structure I use. They give you 50 or they give you 100, and you take 10. And then you just tell them, okay, again and again. And every day they basically collect a database, and you just pick what you want, which is basically doing the work with a pre-filter. And, you know, I'm very much equal opportunity in terms of purchase power. So somebody from Philippines, Venezuela, usually that kind of environment should not earn £2,000, which I would pay an employee here to do it. But I do give them a very good salary for that country. Yes, usually double the minimum, double the average wage. So they want to work 12 hours a day. They want to work always. Whenever you need them, they're working because they feed their entire families. The situation is terrible in those countries. But they basically, what they do is you pay them good and they do good work. So they just build a database. And whenever I now look at push, I look at native, there are like literally thousands of images there, which you should keep it to a low volume. So not thousands, because then you're basically doing the same thing yourself. But per angle, they're organized. You create a database. Yeah. And that's basically what we do with the old campaigns as well. So anything, how long do we have? 2 minutes. The general economic trend of the economies are going up. So I read a 28-page report. Damn, it's difficult to talk. 28-page report of the European Commission yesterday, which drafted all the European countries' economic growth for last year and this year. So there's still growth, but it's like 2%, 2.5%. The more you go to Eastern Europe, the higher the percentage. The more you go to Western Europe, the lower the percentage, which means this is the time where either the lockdowns are going to kill the economy or it will burst into a bubble, burst into growth. And that's what the planning agency Statista is saying, like reduce the government influx of cash and let the companies be, and there will be like accelerated growth. As an affiliate marketer, you should understand that news, because we have prepared over 100 Bitcoin campaigns last month, which are ready to be published as soon as the market adapts, as soon as the governments are saying like less lockdown restrictions, less this, gyms are going open. As soon as the sun is out, which is like in 2 months, you will know the terraces, they go open. Either way, there will be like a civil war, or the terraces go open. One of those two things. And in both scenarios, people want money, so we open up the Bitcoin campaigns. Right. And we're ready. But because I used data from last year, so I have the images, I have everything ready. Yeah. And that's what you should do. Even if you are a beginner, your first profitable campaign, or a campaign which has the best results, even if it's a testing campaign, so let's say -20, and you've never reached -20 before, document it, put the images aside, put the lender aside, because then later, when you have a profitable campaign, you want to split test, you can bring in that campaign again. Yeah. That's what I want to close up with. Yeah, make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else to add, Tom?
No, I know we're on the clock, Colin. I know we had 2 minutes, so I'll wrap it up there.
What we'll do is I will push this on the Affiliate Hustle YouTube channel. Yes, we'll start a completely new YouTube channel just for this. This version of the video, obviously, as you're watching it right now, is either uploaded on my YouTube channel as well, or on Tom's YouTube channel, which is Tom Bell. And you can find him under Tom Bell Digital, or I will link it below this video. And both of our channels will link again to the Affiliate Hustle channel, where you can basically watch us talk shit about all kinds of affiliate marketing topics every week for 1 hour. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.